Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to City Skylines and the Trains scenario. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back here in the beautiful city, or region, I suppose, of Trainsville, where things, as always, are going pretty well. Very close to 30,000 total people, very close to $500,000 in the bank. Decent bit of residential demand, about 50% commercial demand, very little industrial demand, and also some power problems. So we're gonna need to look into that. Electricity, as we can see, is not doing so great. What is this? Electricity wires procedural. Oh yeah, I totally forgot I installed I totally forgot I installed the procedural thingy mod. I don't know how it works, but I installed well, gonna get rid of those. I have no idea how those work. I am actually gonna bring out the bulldozer and say demolish burned buildings automatically as well. Don't know why I haven't been doing that. It's not like it's gonna ruin the gameplay, it just sort of gets rid of burnt out buildings automatically. Anyway, we do need to deal with the electricity problems, so I guess we can just go ahead and throw in another oil power plant, I suppose, would be a decent idea. I kind of want to throw this one somewhere like, I guess we had something in that space at one point, didn't we? This was probably one of the old landfill sites, most likely. Also, I really wish the presenter in classical would stop talking. That's my one pet peeve of this radio station, is that the presenter just keeps talking. Really not why I listen to the station. How are we doing here? 18,000 people by train. Not bad. Not bad at all. I assume this is, that's not bad at all, man. I'm quite happy about that. I am actually quite happy about that indeed. That's really not bad. So I think I do kind of want to hold on, when do we get our next milestone? 36,000 people, we get ships and another tile. Now, in terms of tiles, I'm gonna buy the ones up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Those 3. No, sorry, those 4 up that way. So we can have some stuff up this way and all that stuff, because there are resources up there that I want. I want the oil. I want the ore. I just really want the oil, to be honest, because that's gonna be another reason to have trains going up there. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and actually expand this area out a little bit. Just like so. Because I do think I want to get this area to grow a little bit. And I do think we could maybe go ahead and get some residential zoning in here. And I do think it could maybe be high density. Just because, really. So I'm gonna do this kind of thing here. And I'm gonna bring the roads done like this, so that they, the residential zoning is gonna, why have I done this? Oh, I get what's happened here, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine, actually. What I'll do is bring this as a one-way road sort of going around as well. So we'll just flick all of that around a little bit, just like so, bring that across, and there we go. So that's gonna sort of loop around like that. We can put some pedestrian paths into those spaces there. I don't think that's going to do any harm. And what I'm going to do, actually, is high density commercial there and there. And then high density residential in that spot. A bit more low density there. And perhaps a bit of maybe some offices on the sides, actually. Maybe that'd be an idea. Just got some offices in there to change things up a little bit. I definitely like the sound of that. So we'll throw those in there, and we'll throw a bit more residential on the end. And I do like that. I do like that. So that, I think, will do the job. I do want to make sure to expand the district, though. And I do want to make sure that I put a high-rise ban on this area, because I don't want the buildings getting too tall. So if we go and select Concord Park, go to policies, high-rise ban, we could do industrial space planning. Although that's just going to double the amount of goods produced, which I don't think we need. Let's encourage biking. And we'll not do anything else in there, so that's going to be fine, just like so. And we do actually need to deal with education, so let me go ahead and throw... wait, no one lives out there? I guess no one lives out there. It is going to be weird having people living out here then. But I guess we will go ahead and throw some schools out here, so I want to put an elementary school. I'm thinking... Oh, with that one-way system, though, that's going to be a pain in the butt. I think an elementary school just there might not be a bad idea. So there for an elementary school, just to cover that space a little bit. We probably want another one down here somewhere, so let's throw an elementary school there, just for a bit more coverage. And we'll get another one over here for a bit more coverage as well. Just, you know, to make sure people can get to school and get some book learning in them. And we'll throw another one just there as well, which brings our capacity up to 2,100, which is perfect. I'm not going to go all in on high schools just yet. We'll do that shortly. We do, however, need to go all in on some pipes up here. So we'll get that done and bring some pipes through the middle as well. There we go. All right. So hopefully that's going to incentivize a decent number of people to start taking the train, because they can actually, you know, go from their house down to the main city, which will be a pretty big deal. I probably could go ahead and expand the bus line as well. So bring the bus line out to there. And there as well. And that'll hopefully do some good. Are we having water problems? Yeah, we are. I suppose I could maybe move the, I could move the sewage outflow pipes at this point. And I could replace them actually with the water treatment plants. So, how expensive are these? 640 per week versus 320. But do they have double the output? So you can, your capacity is 120,000 meters cubed. And yours is 160,000, but less pollution. Yeah, so you're not really worth double, is my thinking there, but you do pollute a lot less. Oh, whatever. Let's throw a couple in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. So bulldoze these guys. Just like so. That power line can go in a moment as well. Connect these up to there. And do they have power? No, they are going to need a power line to come across, which is totally fine by me. So that can go to there. So those are not connected up. And we can go ahead and throw another water pump just, I think, downriver a little bit. Gotta space these out just a little bit more than I have been doing. So connect them up like that. And for power, I'm just going to throw one of these in the water. So that'll give us more water, and we've got sewage output up here, which is going to pollute a lot less than what we had. It's really nice seeing all the sewage just wash away there. Oh, now this is something I wanted to deal with. We absolutely need to figure out what we're doing with all of this traffic coming in here, because it is having a bit of a problem. Now, my thinking was that I'd really like to figure out a better way to just generally have the traffic move around here, because there's so much of it moving that it's going to back up whatever I do. So my initial thinking was that we'd maybe move the roundabout in a bit. But doing that's actually going to be kind of tricky, considering all the other roundabouts are at intersections of the avenues. Right? Whereas, you know, this one is, but there's no other intersection except for, well, there's a roundabout there already. So we do have a bit of a predicament. So what I want to know, I guess, is where's traffic going? So how do I check roads again? I've actually completely forgotten how to check roads specifically. I'm pretty sure there is a way to do it, right? Yeah, this one right here, traffic routes. So you are all going either straight on or to the right. A lot of it going to the right, actually. But a lot of it coming around as well. I feel like public transport's a large... Well, actually, there's public transport. Most of it is industrial traffic, to be fair. So I wonder if a bypass would help. That's definitely a possibility. You know, a bypass to come from here. Well, now that I look at it, though, a lot of the traffic is actually staying in... It moves into a center lane to go straight on. The traffic that wants to go to the right isn't the problem. The traffic that wants to go straight across actually is the problem. So maybe the roundabout does need to be moved into one of these spaces. And then we'll just see what happens, I guess. I think we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that shortly. What I want to look at is this demand that seems to have come out of nowhere. I also want to have a look at the goals. 24,000 is not bad. We're over 1/10 of the way there, which I can appreciate. I am noticing a lot of traffic coming down here as well. Yeah. You know, the more I look at all of this space, the more I'm realizing that my avenue system might not be all that great. You know, I've just got that feeling. I am also noticing some garbage complaints. Incineration status is still not where it needs to be. So I'm gonna throw an incinerator up here, sort of right on the corner there, just so we have some garbage disposal out there. An incinerator right up here as well is probably gonna be a useful investment. An incinerator, how far over does this industrial area go? So it ends there. If we get any incinerators up here, we have a couple, but we can get another one. So throw one there, and that'll hopefully provide some more garbage disposal for everybody, keeping them all nice and happy, assuming the garbage trucks can actually get around, which I'm not entirely sure they can, but we are probably going to find out. I wonder if a 4th lane would help here. That's actually probably a reasonable question to ask. Would a 4th lane help the traffic to move? It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? It kind of looked like for a moment there that 4th lane was doing some good stuff. But when you take a step back and look at it, literally nothing has changed. If anything, it's got worse. So I'm not really sure if the 4th lane was actually worth it. I don't think anyone's using the inside-most lane anyway. So perhaps the 4th lane was really no good at all. I don't think I'm going to stress too much about it. I think, generally speaking, this part of the city is not going to grow that much. I do need to figure out how I'm going to get this traffic to move. That's a pretty big deal. Because there's a lot of it that needs to move. And generally, traffic is just having a lot of problems, but I don't think it's going to be a huge priority. I think what I would like to do is this area over here. I want to bulldoze these power lines for a moment. And I actually want to grow this a little bit. I want to get some people living out here. I think that'd be kind of nice. So, we'll expand back. We'll go out 20 units that way. And we could throw some high-density stuff out here. Definitely an option. I don't think it's an option I'm going to take, but it's definitely an option. But I think we'll just stick with low density. Maybe using a similar layout to what we did in that other area. Except we'll, you know, do something like this just for a bit of a change. We could, by all means, bring a road straight down like this as well, which I think might not be a bad idea. Maybe bring... Ooh. Oh, if only that connected a little bit better. But maybe just something a bit like that, you know? Oh, that little intersection there is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. I don't know how good of an idea that's going to be. I don't even know how traffic would flow on that, just looking at it. That looks like a bit of a nightmare. Can I move the whole thing at all? Like, is that actually going to be a thing I can do? Technically, yes. Don't know how much the game is liking what I'm doing here, but I mean, that gives me, I guess, a bit of a, oh my, wow, this is, what is up with this? Turn off, right, so that's off. Bulldoze that. Just bulldoze all of it for a second. This road here, needs to line up like that, I guess. Hold on. So that needs to line up there. And then go like that. So that'll be fine, right? That's totally fine. We just need to use the lane connectors to make sure that this is going to there and to there. And there we go. So that should be fine. These guys don't have power though. So what I'm going to do real quick is just come in here and throw in... I'm just going to do low density housing. We'll stick with low since it probably makes a bit more sense. We can throw a bit of low density commercial along there. And then low density residential in behind. And all the way along there. And there as well should be fine for some low density residential. So connect that up to there. And get some pipes in. And hopefully, we'll see a decent little population boom to this area, which may also result in more people using public transport to get out here, which would be lovely. Now this right here should, yep, power connection has returned. This train station, oh wow, is, yeah, remarkably kind of popular, which is beautiful news. Decent number of people using it to get around, decent number of people using the buses. This area in here is filling up super nicely. We do really need to get to 36,000 people though, but, you know, we'll take our time with it. I'm in no real rush at the moment. I am thinking that cargo train lines would probably be a really good idea. And I know that a lot of you watching have been wanting me to throw in things like train lines between the roads as a feature, or if not train lines, then I know people have wanted me to do... Can I turn on anarchy for a second here? I know people have wanted me to do monorail lines as well. That've been another thing people have wanted. Definitely tempted. Definitely tempted. I know, like, train lines would look awesome down here, right? Like, how cool would it be to have a train line running right down the middle of all of this? Because it can, you know? It can run the whole way, you know, straight down through the middle of my city. And I think that looks I'm gonna do it. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but I'm gonna put the train line in and then find a use for it a little bit later. There we go. I don't know what that's gonna be. I really don't. But I hope it ends up being something awesome. Actually, hold on. What if we expand this train line and we take it across the bridge? We'll turn off anarchy to do this so that the bridge goes normally. We'll bring it across like that, right? So it goes the whole way across the bridge. And it comes the whole way over here as well. You know, bring it out to there, bring it up to there, maybe lower it a little bit, just so it looks like less of a steep slope. Just something like that. Maybe this bit could be raised up slightly just to make it look a bit better. Yeah, that looks all right. So that comes up to there. Then if I turn off the move it thing, come out, say 20 units and 20 units. Like that. Then lower it down. We could connect this up with the train lines over here and have it maybe be a way for regional trains to come from the north and go over there, but also be a way for trains to go directly from Concord Park to over here as well. It's completely unnecessary, but you can't deny it kind of looks neat, right? Like it looks pretty good. I think what we'll do is we'll go for the Concord Park excuse to begin with, and then if that works, we'll go ahead and throw it elsewhere. And I do say Concord Park excuse because I'm fully aware that this is completely unnecessary. It just looks really cool. That's kind of the gist of it, I'm gonna be honest. It just looks neat. So if we do that, those can merge together. At this point, we just need to get this train line over to here. Might actually be a better idea to try and connect it down there. So go to there, and Let's see what kind of curve we're going to get here. I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. So this needs to come straight down to about there. And somehow I need to get those to connect. I think that's a pretty even curve there, actually. Yeah. Remarkably even. Might be a bit of a problem, though. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a tricky one. So go like that. Go like that. And then connect them. That's not so bad, except for the hideous little bump there. But I'm pretty sure that can be fixed if I just raise that up, right? Although raising that up suddenly gives us a very, very unrealistic looking bridge. So maybe an alternative to that would be to lower it, so that the bridge is a little bit more even. We could raise that bit so that the bridge looks like it's got a bit more of a gradual slope. That bit could come up again slightly. Then that bit could be lowered just to, you know, make it sort of gradual. And maybe that bit could be lowered as well just to make it kind of gradual as well. Yeah, that'll do the job. Completely unnecessary, but kind of awesome looking, if I do say so myself. So bring this across to there. And then we'll start lowering this. So like that, like that, like that, and that. And then it just needs to run straight across and connect in there. Which I think is gonna be pretty cool looking. If I can get it to actually work, though. That's the real challenge here, actually getting this to work. So that goes there, and I want this to just connect in like that. And I want this to go straight to there, and like that. Very, very sharp bend there, but I'll make it work. At this point, we are going to do a train line from, this is going to be so ridiculous, from there all the way up to there, and then straight back. And the real reason we did that, as you know, is simply to have a train that goes through the middle of the entire thing. Because it actually happens to look really, really cool. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that. Especially with the trains like going over each other and stuff. That looks really cool. So pleased with that. I don't imagine anyone's going to use that line. I don't think there's any real reason to go from there to down here, but oh well. Oh well. I'm not all that worried. It looks awesome. We do need to get a crematorium out here. So we'll throw one onto that road. We'll throw one onto that road in there, I suppose. And we are having a bit of a death wave at the moment, which is a bit of a pain. But there's not a lot I can do about that. Death waves in city skylines, they are what they are. They happen. Nothing I can do about it. This right here, probably something I should do about that. We'll deal with that eventually. But I think what I'd like to do is I'd actually like to add in a bit of a commercial zone down here. Well, what I'm also going to do actually is just continue this avenue section. So this is going to come out to there and go up. This is going to come down like so. So that's just going to loop around at the bottom there. And then what distance were these? What's the price? 1,200. Which is that. So I'm just going to extend this across like so. And we'll throw in a new area of commercial zoning, I guess. This right here is going to extend to there, like that, and like that. So it's going to loop back on itself. That's going to extend out, and these are all going to extend out to about the same spot. And then we link them together. So just like that, we have some space for some more zoning in the city, which I think is going to be very, very important. Bring that over to there and down like that. Yeah, That looks all right to me. That'll be pretty good once we get some commercial in there. Of course, though, we are going to need to get some pipes. Very, very important that we have the pipes and have them follow somewhat of a pattern, I suppose. So that comes through. Then this bit goes away because we don't need that vertical section anymore. There we go. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's throw some high-density commercial in there, and there. And we'll just let that area build up a little bit. Having a look in this station, decent number of people using it. 604 last week is pretty great indeed. Having a look in here, 300 last week is not bad. This train right here has like 15 people on it. I can only assume that that's going... yeah, train line 3. I have a funny feeling I know where that's going. That's going up here. So that train line is not at all popular, but you have to admit, it looks really, really cool. Like, it does. It looks really cool. And that is, truth be told, the only reason that this train line even exists. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.